Sorry, baby girl. Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you. People are
Perfect.
joining. This is good.
South Africa.
I actually know that because you've explained it before.
Pretoria, I want to say.
Hi, guys.
Johannesburg.
We're on early. My bad.
Cape Town.
It's only a minute anyway.
That works.
Okay. So, hi, everybody. I forgot to mute us, Dan. And so everybody got to hear you guessing what your PC background picture is today.
Huzzah.
By the way, it was Cape Town, South Africa, everybody. Dan is really good at that. Fun fact. So I figured since we're playing more Pokopia today, we'll bring Dan into it because he's playing as next to me anyway. And we've got some stuff that I've decided for like little goals for us to do. There's some dailies, and then I'm gonna show you the project I've been working on, and then you guys can help me move it forward. So these are going to be townhouses, but they are going to be very obvious for each evolution. All of these guys. You're finally here because this person gets a new house. So first, I'll show you Vaporeon's new house. Yeah, no, it was totally me. All right. So first I'm going to show you. It's not perfect because I'm not brilliant with this just yet. But this is Eevee's house, and then above is Vaporeon's house. Yeah, the Aqua Puppy gets a house. All right, so Eevee's house looks like this for now. And then above you get a little bit of a hint about what Vaporeon's is going to look like. When we come up here, this is what I've got for Vaporeon so far. Also, Dragonair showed up here, and I didn't kick them out. So I don't even know if this counts as a house. Yeah, no, because there's no door. I don't know how to make a second floor count as a house, actually. That's another thing we can figure out. If I move Vaporeon's stuff up here, though, we can bring them up here and consider it a victory. So Vaporeon gets this, this, and this. Oh, no, not that. I don't want to sit. I want to pick it up. There we go. I can't ruin their house because that'll devastate them. Okay. All right, Vaporeon, come here. And this is how the game goes. I don't want to make a... Oh, hi, Eevee. Welcome. I don't want to make a door to the outside because that wouldn't make sense. I could probably give them a balcony, and that would probably do it. So we can play with that later. I love that Eevee is up here. That makes me happy. For now... dog hair. Speaking of dogs, we were doing a lot of training with Zelda just before this. There we go. So now, if I talk to Vaporeon and say, hey, want to move here? Of course you will. It is, yes. Great. Cool. Mission accomplished. Welcome to your new space, Vaporeon. I hope you like the cushions. And the roommate, which, again, it just works. I'll leave it that way. Yay! Have a fan. Cool. So this is the concept. This is kind of how it's going at this point. Eevee does not have roommates because Eevee. And then over here, this is going to be, I think, for Jolteon. And so I'm trying to set up a bit of like a gaming situation using a lot of electricity. It's going to be prettier eventually. So the one we have to plan for, I believe, and Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, is Flareon. So like a fire-based situation.
Correct.
Yeah. So we're going to go around and do a couple daily things in here to set us up for some success. Also, I'm really excited for when we do get to Umbreon, which is this one, because I've got space-themed things. And I can't wait to do the space-themed things. Yeah. Yay! Oh, I'm so glad Eevee is your favorite Into the Ravenwood. What perfect timing for us to be working on this. So, are you bummed, my dude? Can I help you with something, or are you just meditating? I'm going to say you're meditating. Okay. Let's see what our daily things are here. Levels down, excuse you. I didn't do anything. But anyway, we will put that stamp over here. I'm not really trying for levels right now, so I'm not surprised that the levels are kind of fluctuating. Gather honey, get some ingots, and make some food. Okay, I can do that. But first, we must get the recipes for the day, because I am obsessed with getting every recipe in this game. So, little celebration every time we get a recipe. Yay, okay. Cool. All right, let's go see who's working in the shop. So how's everybody doing? The reason I'm really excited about today's stream is because I think it's going to be a very helpful one to make sure we do have a conversation during. This next week, I don't know if you've been looking at the news a little bit, and also Into the Ravenwood. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate you. The news is spicy. I think it's gonna probably get spicier between now and the 19th, maybe even a little bit after as we react to the whatever happens around that time. And I want to kind of ground in. If anybody's got questions, concerns about things that they've seen on social media, that kind of stuff, I'm here for it. Does this count as getting ingots? Because I would love it if it did. All right. What's up, my man? Yeah, and so the reason I say that it's a bit of a week ahead is mostly due to Mars. If you were on the Monday Magic Mood Boost, you got a little bit of this as well. But my eye is giving the side eye to Mars right now. Mars is working his way through Aries, which is fine. Mars loves being in Aries, but that really pumps up the Mars energy for us. So like nothing really softens that heat, right? There's nothing soothing there. It's just a very dry heat. And so we end up getting the full brunt of that. You know, like right now, it's 90 degrees outside and the UV is insane. And I feel like that's a perfect metaphor for Mars in their current situation. So yeah, I'm happy to explain the stellium and the new moon. I intend to. I did do a video on social media about this to give you like a chart to look at and the whole shebang. It is like about a 3-minute video on my TikTok and Instagrams. And so feel free to check that out for a more visual aid. But really what we're talking about with this stellium is, and let me start with what a stellium is. So for anybody who wants a really good astrology word of the day, it is stellium. And a stellium is when 3, and I quantify 3 visible planets. 3 visible planets are in the same sign at the same time. Why is that a big deal? Because these 3 visible planets, and visible planets are the ones from the sun out to Saturn. Everything after that you need a telescope to see. The ancients couldn't see it, so they didn't include it in the definition because they didn't know it was there. That being said, I think Pluto should still be a planet, so, you know, I've nuanced my way into including the planets all the way out to Pluto and asteroids and such. But for stelliums and basic interpretations and primary, like, world-moving things, I stick to the traditional foundations and then add nuance with the rest. So it's layers of language happening there. So this stellium is comprised traditionally of, thank you, AJ, that's perfect, is comprised of the sun, who is exalted in Aries, of Mars, who is domicile in Aries. Mercury has now come into Aries from Pisces. Saturn is in Aries and is in fall in Aries. So you can see 3 of these are planets that have something going on in Aries. That makes it more noticeable and a little bit louder as far as these things go. Neptune, yes, is also in Aries, but again, we can't see Neptune with the naked eye. So it also moves very slowly through signs, like a decade long in a sign. So when we include it in things, we want it to be super close. And right now, even Saturn has pulled away by like nearly 5 degrees. So Neptune is kind of hanging out in the back there. And so I think about the Sun, Mercury, Saturn, and I think Mars. That is the stellium they are talking about. Now, they're going to be joined by the moon for the new moon. The new moon is one of the hotter topic days that I would look at because the moon is the planet closest to us. So she makes things personal, right? If someone's close to you, they know your secrets and they tell you their secrets. Think about the moon as our BFF. And so in that case, this new moon is going to amplify all of the rumors that it's hearing from the other planets and tell them to us directly. So we're not overhearing it. We are getting it directly from the moon, who just heard the hot goss at the hair salon, or however you want to put it, right? So that brings it to the front of our awareness right away. Now, in and among all this, Mars is getting closer and closer to Saturn and will conjoin Saturn. That's both of the malefic planets coming together in a sign that is important for both of them. Mars will perfect that conjunction on the 19th. That's only 2 days after the new moon. So it's already pretty much in effect, and we're feeling the application of it. So when a planet is moving towards another planet, we call that applying. When they move away from each other, it's separating, right? So they are applying right now, and that builds the moment for them. Okay, this isn't a conversation. It's just them going at it. Okay, so yeah. So that's the data of this 16th through 19th situation that you've probably been hearing so much about. Is it a spicy situation? Yes. Is it maybe being overblown by social media? Honestly, on this one, I'm a little bit on the fence because I think, yes, whereas I think social media is making this feel when I look at videos from some other people, they make it feel like I'm personally going to be traumatized by something that pops out at me. And I think that's because they're including Chiron. Chiron is going to have its conjunction with the sun, which is something that happens pretty much annually because the sun goes around the zodiac every year. But people have made Chiron into a very big deal in the last few decades. Why? There is no reason that we understand. It just got really popular, so people kept talking about it, and now it's gotten to a level where people consider it almost the same as they do an actual planet, and even a visible one. One of the services that we get from traditional astrology, and I think I said this last week too, is that it helps us filter out some of the noise. It helps us understand this planet is the focus right now. Just like if you think about your favorite boy band or your favorite band in general, there are times when they all sing together and you can't really discern one from the other. And then there's times where one gets a solo and you're like, okay, you're the center of the stage. I'm going to focus on what you're doing. You're the one having the guitar solo or the dance solo or whatever. And so traditional astrology kind of helps us identify who's the soloist in a given moment when we're trying to really discern what to pay attention to over the rest of the stuff going on in the sky, because the sky is always filled with all the planets and all the asteroids and everything. You have to be able to figure out who's louder than who in a certain moment. It makes for a lot less headaches. Let me put it that way. In more modern eras, we have come to a point where we look at everything and try to make all of it say something, and that can lead to some confusion. So let me catch up on some stuff here right now. Yeah. Okay. So to Aaron's question, an Aries moon or anyone with an Aries significant placement may feel Arian feels through the 19th. Honestly, Aaron, I think that's a really nice way to put it. I think that is appropriate. If you have Aries placements, or if Aries is active for you by something like an annual perfection or some timing technique that you've been playing with, you may feel this more because this is happening in a spot that is like a pressure point for you, either in your natal chart and all the time or right now. Other signs that may feel this, and I believe I've got an infographic out there that should have posted probably today on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. So it's going to be cardinal signs that I would call out the most. Cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. It's really easy to know these because they're the signs of the solstices and the equinoxes. So if you've got important placements in any of those 4 signs, this may be something that you do feel in your personal life a little bit more. Aries most of all, because it's a conjunction, right? It's really blending in with personal things for you. And that's, of course, also where so much is happening over this next week. What degree is the conjunction? I believe it's at 7 degrees. It's somewhere around there, like 6 or 7 degrees of Aries. And something worth noting, Mercury will be at that exact point. It might be, you know what? I'm going to double check this on my phone. It's somewhere between 5 or 7. And my brain hates numbers, so I don't retain them very well. But yeah, it's right on my natal Venus, which is rubbish. It's actually at 7. It's right near my natal Venus, which is rubbish for me because Venus is my Time Lord of the year. So for this to be happening right on my Venus, let me tell you guys, this week has shown up. Actually, this makes therapy make so much sense from today. I reached a new level in therapy today. So at least now I have that. Hey, Gabe. Yeah, so that's something to think about. And honestly, just now I realized my Venus is right where that conjunction is happening. So woohoo! My Venus and I, we are in an eternal battle. And she's the Time Lord for less than another month. I'm almost free. So fun stuff. Actually, Dan and I just last week realized that my my birthday is the day after our anniversary. And it's going to be our 10th wedding anniversary this year. And we both forgot. So we did plan something cool where we're going to take the pups into the mountains and have a weekend of takeout food, mountain hikes, and video games. So, yeah. Gabe, I did not have to yell about septiles today in therapy, but I'll tell you what, sometimes I feel like I'm pretty close. For anybody wondering, septiles are they're a form of aspect, not one that I really look into. Yeah, it's going to be great. And it's right here in Virginia, so it's like not even a long drive for the pups. So, all right, while I'm doing this, instead of just running around, I'll go do the daily things that are easy to just talk through. So with the moon at your 14th and your lot of fortune at the 1st, it just misses you. So I'm guessing you mean your moon is at 14 Aries and your lot of fortune is at 1 degree Aries. I would still pay attention just because Aries, and you know, the 1st degree it's like right in the middle between those two, which is interesting. But I would still pay attention. That being said, as someone who is going to get this hit pretty personal in a very active place for them, I'm already noticing it. So this is not something that's going to jump out of the bushes at you typically, especially since that new moon is coming up in just a few days. So you're probably already noticing the buildup of it since Mars has been in Aries, and that's been since the 9th. So it's been building up since then, particularly in this week. And then it'll just reach that punctuation when during the new moon. I think that'll bring it up early, and then it'll really get through with itself, I guess is one way you could say it. I am not loquacious today. But it'll be done after the 19th. And then after that, it's just the hearing about what has already happened kind of thing. Again, applying aspects, they're building up to doing something. The aspect perfects, the thing has occurred. And then separating aspects, did you hear what happened? It's kind of in that sense. Yeah. So I hope that helped with the question. If it didn't, I can do a better job. So please just let me know. And I have so many CDs, you guys. I have so many CDs. Okay. Also, I love the corgi emojis. They really do make me happy. Thank you, guys. I don't think I've seen this game before. It looks fun. Oh, Russ, hey. This is Pokopia. So I am a Ditto. And I am creating habitats where the Pokemon can live happily. Because the humans are gone. Stuff has occurred. And we're chilling in a sort of post-apocalyptic world. And living a good community life. Oh, well, I guess I'm talking to Squirtle now. What should we do today? Never mind, actually. I just wanted to grab this honey. There it is. Cool. Yeah. So there are Pokemon everywhere. There's a bunch of different places we can look at the Pokemon, and in fact we will. Next, we're going to hit up the beach so I can feed Mosslax some salad to make sure we get fancier stuff when those blocks light up. Yeah. So to catch up, everybody, we are, and thank you for the congratulations on our 10-year anniversary. I'm pretty proud of it myself. For the record, Dan is with us today.
Hi.
Yeah. Does make sense. You're having a hard time putting a finger on what exactly is building. Yeah. So here's some rules of thumb, and I'm rehearsed for this today because I was teaching the annual perfection surge, and we're going to be going over a few more basics. So I'm prepared for this. Ditto can impersonate humans. Ditto can impersonate anything. Hang on. In fact, here is Ditto impersonating, if I can get him to do it, grass. So, you know, it's really cool. We can, here, I'll do one here too. Ditto can impersonate Dragonair, or Dragonite. Ditto can impersonate Lapras. It's lovely. Cool. I even got the special Ditto version of this Pikachu fountain on the first try. Yeah. So yeah, catching everybody up, we're talking about the Aries new moon and the conjunction between Mars and Saturn that is coming up. And honestly, again, when I would talk about why we pay more attention to certain planets than others, one of the reasons I say that is because Mars is potentially very important. And Gabe, I'm interested in your take on this too, because if you look at the Aries ingress cast for Washington, D.C., you will see that it is a Gemini rising chart, which means Mercury is one of the rulers of the people for the year. However, Mars ends up being the strongest contender, in my opinion, for Lord of the Year. So Mars moves the story forward. And the midheaven degree is actually in Aquarius, which would make Saturn one of the ruling indicators for leadership or the leader in the chart in its most basic sense. It's interesting to me that it's a conjunction, not just between Mars and Saturn, but also it's a conjunction with Mercury. So all three of those important planets are actually going to be conjunct in Aries at that time. Now, like we said before, Mars is happy in Aries. Mars is uninhibited, might be a good way of putting it. Saturn is highly inhibited in Aries. So if you say, like, this is a conjunction, if it were an arm wrestle, who's winning, you would look at who's got the most support or the strongest influence in that sign. And in that, Mars would be winning the most, Mercury likely second, and Saturn very much the least. So it's an interesting sentence you can put together with that about, Mercury applying to the conjunction of the Lord of the Year. So the people applying to the mover of the year, which is also conjunct the leader who is, of all of it, in the worst condition. So, I'm curious because of how much the reputation of the leader, quote unquote, has fallen recently, especially, and how at least word, Mercury, of actions, Mars, against said leader to bring him lower, Saturn, have been initiated, and I'm wondering if anything will actually come of that this time. Now, I am a human who is jaded and has opinions. So my only skepticism isn't based on the astrology. It's actually based more on the consistency of the people involved. But I'm open to other people's thoughts because astrology is ongoing research, if nothing else. Do you happen to know where How to Find Your Time Lord of the Year video was done? I think it was on a Monday Magic Mood Boost. I think also I have like a pin video on TikTok for it. I think. So you might be able to find that quicker. It'll be a shorter one. But finding your Time Lord of the Year is pretty easy when we're talking about annual perfections. Annual perfections are the concept that every year one sign in your chart is especially activated starting from birth and the first house and going around until 12 and starting over again in the first house. So like right now, I'm in a 12th house year at age 35. When I turn 36, I will be back to a first house year. And that will be Scorpio for me, whereas right now it's a Libra year. So when you find the sign that rules the house for your age, you can then discern what planet rules that sign, and that's going to be your primary Time Lord for the year. I don't think I need any of this, so I will let that go. Yeah. So Gabe says it's like a pile on the leader, the people being very contentious and sudden separations, thefts, and the usual Martian stuff. Yeah. And again, we have been seeing not even just separations and thefts, but like straight up arson. The different acts of rebellion that we are seeing from the people towards leadership, not just the national leadership, but within corporate. And I find that fascinating as well. Yeah. Aaron, I'm glad that was helpful. But yeah, Gabe, thank you for pointing out it's not just on the government level that we see these things. Yeah. Under the usual. Yeah. Arson falling under the usual. What a wonderful time to be alive. I'm going to make a salad here because it's one of my things that I'm supposed to do today. We'll do a mushroom salad. I don't think... You're just going to make me a simple salad? No. There's nothing simple about adding mushrooms to salad. I guess everything's simple. That's fine. Give me as many as I can get. Cool. I don't know if you hear the noise in the background. That's Zelda. She's just decompressing a little bit. She had a big day meeting with her special trainer friend. Alright, I think that's nearly all of our... We did that, we did that. Oh! We need to get some ingots, which means we need to process some ore. Which means we need to get some ore. So... Hey Dan, do you remember which legendaries... Does Clefairy have a legendary? No, it's Pikachu,
No.
Eevee, and Arcanine, right?
Correct.
Alright. We'll just go to Arcanine's Island. Or...
Arcanine has the ore.
Yeah, cool. So we'll go there, use up a couple burgers. Yeah, AJ, that's a fun fact for me too, so everybody can see it on the screen right here. My favorite part about that fun fact is just that there were only 20 people watching that facility. Yeah. It's something. So that's the major astrology. I know we took a little bit of a windy way to get there. Let me know if a summary would help. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Thank you, Beulah, for the research on finding the Time Lord video. I thought I had it pinned. It should have been pinned. If it's not, I apologize for that. Yeah. Cool. Now I'm just going to really quickly check. No, that's not what I want here. Nope, it's just this. Okay. So you want to get the ore early, so that it can be processed and turned into ingots.
Or you find trash and give it to somebody for ore that way.
Does it go straight to ore?
No.
That's what
You take trash, you turn it to ore, and then you take the ore and turn it to ingots that way.
Yeah, I feel like to make sure we do it in the time, we'll get the ore right away and turn it to ingots. Strange stuff. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, again, it's somewhere in the lives. I know I talk about it a lot. Next month, I'm going to be doing like the full step-by-step procedure with our Perfection Surge group, which is a research group, but a lot of the people who have joined the group are not traditional astrologers. So we're bringing everybody up to speed on the difference between modern astrology and traditional astrology, which is fun because not many people really thought there was much of a difference, and there is. So that's a thing. There we go. Cool. Yep. Just gonna climb this mountain here as much as I can. Cause look at all that ore. Aw. Is she okay? Don't fall down the hole. No. Not yet. Okay. Okay, so time to do something kind of fun here. I want Vibrant. If I eat a special hamburger and I turn into this guy, I can bust through a lot of stuff really fast, which is super handy. And then, as Ditto, you somehow Kirby everything. We'll let that go. And I'm just gonna punch down a little bit. This is the only time you'll see me punching down. There we go. Okay. I'm really interested, and thank you guys for sharing that some of you are making final decisions on certain social platforms. I got to tell you, it would be such a relief to only focus on one platform. But that being said, oh, I have really good news, you guys, and I totally forgot. My therapist is trying to help me get better at celebrating myself. I have to remember that I do things first. I finished my first edit of my book yesterday, and I caught up with the edits that Dan is helping make today. And that means that this book is officially edited, like the first 170 some pages are officially edited and just about ready to be pitched to an agent. Yay! So I'm really genuinely excited about that. And I'm trying to get better at sharing that kind of stuff. So here I do. And thank you guys. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be really cool. I'm really pleased with it. Like, one of my criteria for a book that I put on my bookshelf is that there's a scene or multiple scenes that I'm like, I'm going to want to read this over and over again as like a comfort scene. And I have several of those that over the past day since finishing reading, I'm like, I just want to go back and read these scenes. And that makes me feel really good that I've written a book that, meets at least my criteria for bookshelf worthy. I hope that it does for everybody else too. It's going to go through iterations. It's obviously not in its state of perfection just yet. It's going to benefit from many edits and many editors, and I'm going to appreciate all of that. But the initial part where I have to make the book exist is complete, and it's already getting the attention that it deserves. And I'm hoping, because I do have really cool astrology stuff happening at the end of April, and my solar return is highlighting some really cool stuff. I'm hoping to be able to pitch it to agents by the end of April so that maybe this year is the year where I get that agent and a publisher that sticks. To be fair, I have published traditionally several times before. I've never quite snagged an agent. I've usually just gone around that bit. It would be nice to work with an agent and have something that's a little bit more consistent and reliable. And I think it might be that time. Now, another thing in astrology is, like, so you want to have this job and you want to do this thing. I remember when I first started working with my mentor, one of my big things was like, could I actually be an author one day? Like, this has been my whole focus for just about all of my life since I was about 13 years old. I have been writing and publishing since that point. And she said, look for the natal promise. And that was one of the first times I had that kind of ingrained in me. And I do have natal promise for it. So I remind myself of that whenever I get a little self-conscious and worry that my writing's not good enough. It's like, the chart says it's at least good enough. So I'm excited about it, especially now that those parts of the chart are active and having one of their biggest moments in my lifetime. So that's going to be awesome. Keeping my fingers crossed, and I'll keep you guys posted because I would love for you guys to be able to read the book. Yeah. I absolutely do plan things around astrology when I have the chance. And also, I guess another thing I'm supposed to mention is I am actually going to be sharing with you how I do that with books. Actually, I have an entire workshop that I'm going to be sharing in Chicago in the fall at the United Astrology Conference. And at that conference, I'm going to do a workshop or a lecture, actually, on how to outline a fiction book using astrology. The outline for this book truly is an astrology chart and the way it unfolds over the course of about 2 months. And it's an actual astrology chart. I'm hoping by that time I'll have at least an agent so I can show you that I have proof that it works. So again, wish me luck. And if you are free in October and you would like to go to an astrology conference that only really happens once every 4 years, I will be on Friday doing one of the lunch lectures, and I would love to see you there because we're going to have a really good time. It's super fun. I'll also be there helping the National Council of Geocosmic Research because I am their vice president, and we'll be throwing parties and doing all sorts of fun stuff. So yeah, things are really going well. So the conference is UAC, United Astrology Conference. It's in earlier October, I know, because it's got to be before we go to Germany for our Trova trip. So by the time I get to Germany, I will have done my first UAC lecture. And it's a really cool thing because UAC, again, only happens once every 4 years, but this is the first UAC since 2018 because of the pandemic. And it's a legit kind of conference. Like, I don't know, it's always been expressed as a big deal, and I'm really honored that my first UAC I will be attending as a lecturer. So I'm pumped about it. I really am. Also, Gabe, I saw Aaron Fogel, who we've had on the podcast, guys, is also doing a lecture on a different day. So I will be able to attend Aaron's lunch lecture on Sunday. I'm on Friday. So fun stuff, fun facts. I'm going to go grab that last Pokeball, and then we can head back. Yeah. I'm very happy about it. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, making attempts to do a little bit better with my social media, because that's going to help the book process, but also because I don't know, I'm working on confidence stuff, and I feel like that's a good way to do it. So if there's stuff you want to hear about, if there's stuff you want me to post about, I will do it. So just keeping that out there. And if there's stuff that you wouldn't mind sharing to help the following grow, that's going to help me be more marketable to publishers in that whole game. So if you feel compelled and if it's easy for you, definitely wouldn't mind a couple shares and all the support. You guys are always amazing. And yeah, a community of people like you, I couldn't ask for better. And the more the merrier. Yeah. Yeah, thank you guys for so many emojis. It really does feel good. I appreciate it. Yay, okay. Now, we got some ore. We're going to go get that cooking. And then we can talk about what kind of house we want to make for Flareon. I have some ideas, but I'm open to suggestions. And AJ, thank you so much. UAC right here is in 2026. It's going to be held. Oh, it is September 3rd through 9th. I don't know why I had October in my head. It's the end of September that we're going to Germany. Yeah. But yeah, if you've heard of Chani Nichols, she is the keynote speaker, which is fun. But it's hopefully going to be a pretty cool who's who of the astrology community. I know Gabe is going to be there, so obviously the most important people will be there. I'm already excited. Yeah. Yep. It's funny. I've been going to astrology conferences for I guess 5 years now. And I do have my, if they're going, I'm going. If they're not going, I'm going to think about not going. Gabe is definitely one of my, if Gabe's going, I'm going. So, just so you know. All right, back to Pallet Town. Let's get this stuff cooking. And because I'll be in Pallet Town, Dan, I know you're working on your incredible spirals. Maybe I could come over and show everybody your stuff if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan is doing this really cool thing with Articuno's Temple. And it is beyond my wildest imagination. I'm just making townhouses for evolutions. Dan's over here doing the big math. Okay, so, oh, hey, are you happy or not? I have a feeling you're the reason, I'm pretty sure, why the stats went down for this area. But
perfect. I just
every day is
finished,
so fun.
Just finished that pattern, so
I think
I'm
my
more than
chop's
welcome
lying
to
to
open
me.
mine up.
All right, cool. Let me get some ores cooking over here so I can get that daily. Where did they all end up? There they are. Let's do, I feel like iron's going to be faster. And hey, buddy. Here we go. No, this. Do the thing. Don't stand on the thing. Blow fire at the thing. For real? Okay. Right here. Yeah? You've done this before, friend. I'm so confused. He won't do it. Magby. What do you mean? There you go. Thank you. Phew. All right. All right, so we're going to go to Dan's world first, and we're going to see what he's building, because it's really cool, and I'm happy to show it off. Yep. Yeah, thank you, AJ. So glad that you're helping me organize my schedule over here. All right. I have not come over to your place before, so I'm going to do the link here. Visit a friend.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do a local connection. And I'm communicating. Oh, wow. I can't wait for this. Okay, so Merv is Dan. What's the code, babe?
1, 2, 3, 4.
There we go. Okay. Yes, I want to visit Merv in Pallet Town. Da, 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 da. Cool. Well, this is fun. Also, I apologize if my face does weird things. My jaw is currently locked. So on occasion, I'm trying to see if I can pop it back into place. So far, no. But it's going to be fine. Oh, look, Mew's here. What a show off. Okay, I'm going to try to do the biggest presentation here. And you've got Suicune over here. I don't show off my legendaries as much as Dan does in Pallet Town. That's not to say I eventually won't, but all right, ready? Voila! Literally, this is wild. I can't wait to get closer to this. So that is something Dan built brick by brick, and we're gonna go look at it closer. Yeah. So Merv is not a reference to a cat or anything. It is actually. It is. Yeah, go ahead.
It's a Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild reference.
So I played Breath of the Wild first because obviously I'm the one who's most obsessed. But then after, Dan wanted to take a turn. Okay, so we're also looking at this amazing temple, right? He did a sunken temple, first of all. Look at that. Articuno's habitat is in there. Then he poured water down from the sky into it. And now he's building these spiraling arms around it. So,
and then I'm going to replace the sand, ocean rock, and white rock all with ice and light cubes, so it lights up.
Oh, yeah. So this is the work of a Gemini with Gemini rising, Mercury in Gemini, and Jupiter in Gemini. Whoop. No, stay.
I'm at the very top.
So am I. It's so cool. I love it. Yeah, it's really impressive. Look at that. Very cool. But yeah, to get back to the story, Merv is the name of a horse that Dan darn nearly killed in Breath of the Wild in his first playthrough. And I told him, you need to take that horse that just slid on its side down a hill and got attacked by bokoblins because of your mess. And you need to name it Mercy because it's still alive. And for it to follow you anywhere, it has a lot of mercy. There's a typo, and he named it Merv, and we decided to keep it. And Merv has been our go-to name for pretty much everything ever since. Yeah. Dan, you're getting a lot of compliments on your work. Also, people are sympathetic towards Merv, and I agree.
I appreciate all of that. After this, my intention for this island is just epic builds for all the different legendaries. So This is just the first one.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, this is gorgeous. So really quickly, I have a question about astrology. I'm gonna address it because, yeah, of course, I knew it. So I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant, and I did this on Monday too. I did a Chiron rant. Here's the thing, and I said this earlier, but I'll say it again. Chiron is a dead comet that orbits the sun. It takes about 60 some years to get around the zodiac one time. And I would treat Chiron personally the way I would treat an asteroid. To me, in my interpretation, and talking to Demetra George, who is one of our lead thought figures in asteroids, they add nuance and they add layers of story, and they're really useful. And I do have some prominent asteroids that I do consider very important in my chart. Ask Sekhmet. But I also truly think that you get a lot of your base interpretation and the most important stuff out of your actual planets, especially the visible ones. I can go into why in a bit, but that is to say that Chiron is a dead comet that I would give nuance to, and I would look for Chiron to be looking at you. And what I mean by that is I would look for an asteroid that is very close to a significant place in your chart before I would contribute every single asteroid to every single interpretation, because there are 2,000 named asteroids, and just recently they found like 2,000 more asteroids. Not named yet, but they exist. That's a lot. And again, we need to figure out how to filter which ones are important. The way right now that we work with filtering which asteroids are important is by looking at asteroids that are particularly in conjunction. So exactly conjunct, or maybe within 3 degrees or so of an important part of your chart. Your ascendant, your sun, your moon, or some personal planet, or, one of the visible ones, something like that. Yeah. Chiron in mythology, and the mythology of these figures like asteroids, is important. And one of my other gripes is Chiron is the one that's getting all the attention and becoming like an automatic setting on people's astrology charts, when the original asteroids that were named were goddesses. And it was the first time, aside from Venus and somewhat with the moon, that women were given representation in the chart. And who's the one that's getting all the attention and all the focus and becoming a default setting in charts right now? Chiron. Nothing against Chiron. He's prominent in my chart. I've seen that work out. But also, we had an opportunity. The heck. So, with that, Chiron is a centaur who was later to be immortalized as Sagittarius. Chiron's themes focused a lot around pharmacy, around healing, and around training heroes. Think Philoctetes in Hercules, right? But make it a centaur with a little bit more compassion. And you would get sort of a Chiron figure. Now, Chiron is summarized as the wounded healer in a chart, right? When we say wounded healer, it's that whole... I see you. It's that whole make your mess your message kind of thing is what it's turned into. And so Chiron can help make your mess your message. Okay. Yeah. Now that's if Chiron is working with you. Think about deity work, right? Are you working with literally every deity in existence in every pantheon at all times? No, you're working with a couple deities you feel close to. Likely you'll find asteroids to help you validate that in your chart. It's happened before. But the fact that Chiron is being given so much attention in this stellium, which I quantified before as my idea of a stellium is the is the visible planets primarily. So I'm not even really drawing Neptune into that. Gabe has a really great way of saying this too. It's a certain kind of psychological thinking that is a branch of astrology that has developed for sure. So yeah, what we find is Chiron is the wounded healer, and right now, Chiron is having its conjunction with the sun. Some people like to take the word Kazemi, which is when a visible planet has its exact conjunction with the heart of the sun and renews its cycle, and they like to apply that to literally everything that can conjoin with the sun. Personally, I disagree with that. Again, visible planets to me have an extra weight to them. They see us, we see them. Think about the difference between the Olympian gods and the titans, or smaller, or gods with lesser known stories even, right? We don't think about Chiron as much as we think about Ares and Hermes and those kinds of things. There's a different influence there. There's more interaction with the Olympians in most cases, especially Zeus, who, by the way, would be Jupiterian. So those are things to think about. Yes, Chiron is conjunct the sun right now. By transit, do I find that that's an important thing to bring up? Personally, and this is open to you having your opinion, don't necessarily just follow me. I am not gospel. I am one person with an opinion to add to your research. I'm not doing that. I don't pay attention when Chiron's going direct or retrograde. I'm not paying attention to the one time a year, which is going to happen annually, when, thank you, AJ, when Chiron's going to conjoin with the sun, because it's going to happen every year. It happens now in coincidence with other things. And yeah, that's something that if Chiron had more to them, I would take into consideration. If someone were born under this, I would take that into consideration as a theme for their life. I just am not in a place right now where I have found asteroids by transit, in mundane astrology especially, to be that strong. To your personal stuff, that's something I would definitely look into with more research. Yes. If you have an asteroid that's important to you, I would look into the different ways it's aspected your chart. Sure, that makes sense because you have a relationship. So you would want to measure that and gauge it and see how it goes. But in this case, I think there are a couple options here, and I can always be wrong. I always reserve the right to learn more, change my mind, and develop my theories. Right now, I really believe that Chiron is people's way of tapping into the sort of like Oprah Winfrey kind of vibe of like, this is how I can make my social media feel very personal and urgent to you in a way that can't necessarily be validated, because I can tell you you're feeling a certain way and you might be able to give yourself that sort of confirmation bias because the world's wrecked. I don't know if you've noticed, but the world's really hard right now. So for me to say, hey, Chiron's making you, have trauma that you're going to turn into your message, I mean, probably. I'm really sorry, you guys. You can tell that I'm feeling the effects of the Aries stuff right now. And I apologize if it's a little much. But all that is to say, to address the general info about Chiron, that's how I feel. Now, you're talking about Chiron's placement in your chart. If Chiron is close to one of your more personal planets, and I actually stretch this more than I think even Demetra might, and I'm going to take it out to like Jupiter and Saturn. If it's connected to one of those visible planets, you may have themes where that Chiron myth sounded kind of familiar, where you've gone through it and you tend to share with other people so that they don't have to, go through it the same way you did, right? I attribute my, hey, I'm here for your research to my Chiron conjunct Jupiter in the 9th house. Because I was lied to before in a lot of philosophies and religious things, and I don't want other people to go through that. That being said, also, personal victory. My therapist today said that something I said in therapy, she now teaches or shares with her other clients, and it has helped people. So Chiron can really set you up to do really great things if that's something that you're working with. So if Chiron is literally on its own in a sign, I would turn off Chiron on the chart for you, because it's not talking to anything. So maybe it's not really doing something. There will be other things that are. Chiron doesn't make you super special. There will be an asteroid that shows you what your special looks like. I am truly someone who believes that everybody's special and everybody can be special in a unique way. There's like 7 billion of us. We're all different, and everything about us is necessary in different circumstances, and we get to tag team for the things that are our strengths and the things that are not. I don't see why anybody should feel like they're not special. So that's one of my biggest things. Yeah. Yeah, so that's very much my opinion, based on my experiences, based on education, based on talking to people who have thought about it for longer than I have. And I hope it's helpful. If there's something I can do to be more specific, to answer a more nuanced question, we got time. I'm here for it. Put it in the chat. I think I'm going to return to my world now. Is that cool?
Yep. That's cool.
All right. You're cool. I got a stamp? What?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, I'm going to replace my Tangela. Oh, yeah. Aren't there are dailies we can do together?
Yes, there are.
We can make food together and we can take a group picture with your thing in the background, and we can place furniture. Also, I can look at your shop and I can get recipes. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I wonder if I have random recipes.
I can do an audio mixer now. That's
Same
cool. Okay. So we definitely want to take a picture with your thing in the background there.
Where's my food maker?
Your food maker? I think you call that a kitchen.
I think I call it a cutting board.
So you're making a salad. The podcast gave me the coolest validation today. Ooh, yay! Nice job placing decorations. Storms and lightning have been recurring theme for you lately. Oh, so you were listening to the Peru recap. You've randomly been looking up types of hummingbirds in your area. Never would have thought they'd be connected. Yeah, so in Peru, hummingbirds are associated with lightning and thunderstorms are a pretty big deal for them in their almost initiation, in the way like nature can initiate you. It's really interesting. When we get to this day in the journey, I'll be able to tell you a little bit more about something that happened. Looks like Geodude helped you out with that.
Yep.
Where we actually have a traveler that felt the effect of, like lightning and stuff at one point, and I got to be a part of that for them. It was really cool. Yeah, I'm really happy for you, Ren. That's awesome. You're trying not to scare yourself that you and your hubby both had dreams with lightning this past week until you get to sit with it and look into it. I had one person tell me once, because I have a lot of dreams about weather, and they were like, if you have a lot of dreams about weather, specifically tornadoes, you're a weather witch. Now, I don't know what that means yet. I can see the way the energy in the air changes when it's about to rain, but that doesn't give me much more control over anything than Karen from Mean Girls. So, we're working with it. Yeah. Okay. You left and I wanted to take a picture. Nope, there you are.
Where are you?
I'm over here next to your work stand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And I can get the camera out. And we're going to do the selfie and turn around. Aw. Oh, no, hang on. There we go. And, well, okay. And, hey, I think my Ditto blinked. Okay, we did it. Oh, we have to take 4 pictures. Good Lord. I took 2. That's a lot of pictures. What do they think we're doing? Look at me and this thing. Okay, I'm going to try to get it with you in the air. Hang on. Huh, I got it. Okay. I think I can look at those. Hang on. Album. I got a good one where you're in the air.
Awesome.
It's good. Yeah. Look at
I'm not
that.
placing 9 more pieces of furniture though, so that one's
I
gonna
was
go
blinking at that
unfulfilled.
first one. Let's see. Do I have anything that... Oh, I have nothing. I have 2 honey. I don't know why.
That is correct.
Well, that's ruined. That's fine. It's
So
okay.
make sure you check off your challenges. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I wonder, do we get the same challenges when you come over to my place? Whoa.
We'll find out.
All right, let's see. Going back home.
Don't eat that bug. Leave him alone.
That was not to me, for anybody who's wondering. Where's there a bug? Usually we say that to Zelda.
One of the vol beats.
Oh wow, Into the Ravenwood said tornadoes blew through their area yesterday. I hope you're safe. I mean, I know you're here, so I imagine you're safe enough, but I still care. I guess I should open up my stuff for you now. Invite others to visit. Local connection. I could have just said no to the link code, but it's 2222222. It's just a lot of twos. All twos.
222.
Toot toot.
The toots.
Yep. Display the link code, number of players. Toot. Spectator mode off. You can do what you want because I trust you. See how that goes. Wow. You can't make a Viking face, but your evil laugh is pretty good. Oh, this is a great question that AJ asked to everybody. But also Aaron, let's see. Did anyone hear about the earthquake that happened near Reno? That was crazy news Monday. Yeah. Yep.
Groundbreaking.
Oh, Dan. I hope everybody was okay. I'll care first. Crack jokes later. But does anyone get signs from their gods or spirit guides? Mavon actually got to feel the earthquake. And we have totally different ones now. Why do we have to make 10 food?
New challenges are available.
All right, how are you doing? Okay. I don't know what they mean by getting ingots, because I've gotten ingots twice today, and it hasn't checked off my to-do list, but maybe it will once we're done with the multiplayer. Okay.
Multiplayer. Oh, you have us here today?
I have a what?
A sprinkler in here today.
Yeah, I do. Yep. Yeah, I'm still waiting for that recipe, but I'm not getting it. So we're going to go and look at some options that we have to build a house for Flareon. All right. Might need to gather some stuff. We'll find out. We'll start with the exterior. Now, listen. Flareon, to me, says brick. What do we think? Hawks and eagles are definitely like you can look them up as sort of nature omens for sure. Oh wow, maybe when your lights started swinging in the earthquake. That's a lot. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I think we'll do bricks, but we need some accents on the top. Oh, Ren, your new the lightning is for a new guide. That's awesome.
You need a whooper in here.
I have a whooper in the beach. Why, do you want clay?
Well, yeah, that would help with brick making over here.
Are we supposed to make with bricks? I didn't see bricks as one of the things. Oh, you're saying I'm gonna need bricks. I have bricks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm just trying to figure out what I want for the accent of the bricks. What speaks fire? Oh my. Let's see, how many of these can I make? Okay, so I'll make a bunch of bricks. We can start with that. Sorry, guys. It's been a big day for me. Like I said, big therapy day today. I will be sleeping a lot, and I will be paying attention to my dreams a lot over the next couple days too. Let's see, what's gonna look as like a, oh my gosh, a good accent for bricks. Experience an earthquake. Similarly, didn't know until our water glasses were shaking. I think the coolest earthquake I've experienced was it was our last day of our honeymoon in Japan, in Tokyo, and the whole hotel was shaking. And after it kind of subsided, there was an announcement that came on that was like, "It's just an earthquake. Don't panic." We're like, okay. It was really cool. Yeah, we had 2 earthquakes last January that we felt here in this house. I wonder if instead of a roof, we do a balcony. Yeah, it'll be a little bit higher than everything else, but that'd be fine. Oh, hi, Zelda Bear. So what do we want to make the balcony out of? You okay, Zelda? We'll do metal fencing. Where are you? Whoop. Iron. Let's go with the full, like, Marsy kind of thing here. We'll do 40 of those. Cool. Alright, and now we just need the flooring. Now the house itself is brick, so I don't want to go too crazy with brick. My goodness. I don't know why, but I feel like earthquake is an Aries vibe. I'm trying to remember my Ptolemy to see. Ptolemy attributes a couple things to earthquakes, but I could see earthquakes being sort of a cardinal fire situation. I know earthquakes are earth. Capricorn is another one that you might associate with earthquakes by that logic, but I can't remember the exact stuff that's attributed. A lot of it gets pinned in with eclipses. So, yeah. Let's see. So if anybody has preferences on different flooring options here. Ooh, that's right. I have tatami now, too. Brick walls and tatami, though. Oh, wait. The flooring is going to be the flooring from the other thing. So I think we don't have to worry about it. It's already going to be metal. Maybe I should just go out and look. Oh, good job gathering the honey. All right.
Thanks.
We'll take this step by step. So you guys are about to see why this game has the most successful building mechanics, I think, to date. Dude, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, get happier because you just brought down the whole environment earlier with your little size. Anyway, I'm not mad. It's fine. So if I come up here, we have this floor. We need 3, and then we'll have the balcony on top for 4. Cool. We're ready. We're good to go. Nice. I actually like the way that's going to work out. Sorry, don't mind me bullying my Pokemon. Oh man, Zelda has a stomach ache from too many treats with the trainer. I'm going to warn you before it reaches your side of the room.
It's already reached
Oh, this is not great. Um, sorry guys. Oh my god. Holy cow. Okay, we're going to place that and we can strafe over here and I'm just going to not breathe for a little bit. Oh my gosh. As you can tell, I did unlock generators and stuff since last time, so these buildings have power. That's great. And then we pop this over here. And this over here. And, whoa. This over here. And I guess we'll just fill in the top with brick 2. Let me remind myself how I do this. Yeah, so this is going to go on top, and then it'll have balcony. We just need to adjust the orientation. Is it... how did I do this before? So that was 3, and then we need the one on top. Yeah, so it'll be like this. With balcony on top. Buddy. Like that. Yeah. Hopefully I have enough here. Whoop, 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 whoop. All the way. Okay. We're getting a little crazy here. Here. Nope. Nope. Oh, no. Over here. Down 1. There we go. Down. There we go. What did you just do? What did you just do? I heard the sound and I saw you float away. What did you just do? You made me place my blocks wrong. You guys saw it too, right? You saw him like skedaddle out of there. I heard it again. What are you doing? Hang on. Oh my gosh. I just need this to be right there. There we go. Yeah, it is fast, right? This is literally like, if I make a mistake, it's not devastating for once in my life, which feels great. And I need more bricks, but it's coming along, which is great. How many do I have? Just 1. Okay. Where are you? What did you do? I worked so hard. And it sounds like you did you put it right back? Like, what did you do? I don't know. It looks okay. Oh, I'm going to put this 1 brick here, though. Place 1. There we go. Okay. And eventually I'm going to get rid of like 3 around here because the stairs are going to come up here for the balcony. It's going to be a whole thing. They're going to be cute. Oh, I see what you did. What if I don't want the windows there? Get back here. Why did you take my bricks? I need... Oh, Daniel! I'm not getting that back. I don't have any more bricks. Put it back. Dan. Thank you. I'm gonna go make more bricks now. Look what you did! It's not even centered. Why? Someone said, oh, full name. Usually, if I'm really actually upset, you get the dang it, Dan. Fortunately, that does not happen that much these days. It's mostly just when he sneezes. Dan sneezes are very hard for me. I love you. That was really funny. Good job. It can stop now, though. Is someone else trying to talk to me? Okay, good. No. Okay, back into this. Let's finish this. No, don't stop doing that. I keep trying to go faster by pressing B, which is how you go fast. What are you doing in there? Dan. I can see you through the holes in the roof. I see you in the corner. I see you at the stairs. Are you coming out the door? Is that what's happening? Again, the Gemini, ladies and gentlemen. My gosh. Okay. You are something else. I just want... Yeah, we'll just do the one then. Aha. Okay. Why are you so far down? There we go. Okay. Now we're going to make modifications after I place a little bit with the roof stuff. Every time I see something move now, this time it was just Evie opening the door, but I'm paranoid. So, hi, Rocio. I just weirded myself out with my gold magic harp on the roof because of you. Okay, come over here. There. Look at this! It's a balcony. It's going to be really cool. For people who are just joining us, right now we are making a home, which will be for Flareon eventually. Oh no, that's the wrong spot for you. No. Get in the right spot. There we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. I see you. I see you. You're like a mosquito. And I heard that. Why? Alright, that's good. I don't think anybody... What do you think? Do we need a thing over here? Or... I mean, health and safety would have a problem with this, but I don't know if I do. How many more of these do I have? I have... Right underneath... Oh my god. It is nice to see you, Rocio. You've come in the middle of us not being able to talk about astrology or anything because Dan keeps messing up my designs. What did you do now? Okay. So now I have to figure out where the steps are going to be because I will actually be taking out a couple of these, but not because you are taking them out. So that'll bring one out. Okay. That one. And that one. Because you need about 3. Yeah, that's what you get. Okay. There. And then we're going to go make some windows and stairs. But so far, what do we think? It's cool. It looks very stark and different. And I actually want it that way. I like it a lot.
I kind of like it because it's Jolteon and Flareon.
Yeah. I don't have Jolteon yet. Or Flareon. They're the last two I've gotten, but I need them before I can make the rest. It also looks like I'm going to have to extend this out a lot more, which I can do. But, yeah. To the windows. I'm waiting. How many millennials are in the chat? Thank you, Ren. Thank you, Aaron. Oh, that's awesome. That makes me very happy, you guys. Thank you. I don't have to explain, I guess, what they did. I think everybody knows. Okay, so types of windows we can put in. There's that I currently have, the wooden type, the metal type here, or this sash window. I'm kind of leaning toward the sash window, but maybe depending, like a 4x sash window. I don't know. I might be able to do that. Yeah, the brick reminds me of a firefighting building. That's kind of what I'm going for. Yeah. Your fan movie moment between Betty White and Sandra Bullock. Yes. Yes, from the engagement, right? Or the proposal. The proposal. Yeah. I think we're going to go with these guys. Any objections? What is going on? What did I do? Calm down. There we go. I lost my window. There it is. Yeah. No objections. Fantastic. We're going to make... it's only going to be in the front and back, so at most we need... Let's make 8 just so we can play with the idea. Okay. It's going to be the front and back. Here we go. Oh, I didn't do stairs. Hang on. We gotta figure out what kind of stairs we want. The stairs. We have brick stairs, but I feel like that might be a little bit too much brick. Oh, should we do a rope or a ladder? We could do a rope thing. I don't know if the rope will get us all the way up to the roof. So we might want to do a ladder. The claw. Yeah. Let's try... We'll do a ladder. I think we should only need 5. Maybe we'll end up putting back some. But that's cool. A ladder up to the rooftop. Awesome. Why did I slow down? Hang on. I'm stuck. You didn't. You didn't. You did. Dan, please let me out. Oh, I thought my controller broke. Thank you. That was great. Oh, I need to eat something. Let's see. I'll give myself a simple salad. Oh my god. Yeah. I love the Disney quotes that are happening too. Oh my gosh. I can't believe there's another Toy Story that's going to come out. Oh, I also might want to do the ladder over here. So I'm going to have to fit that up. That's fine though. I'm really glad though that if there is another Toy Story movie coming, they're going to bring Woody back. Because I was not thrilled with that update. Could not believe they did that. Oh no. Wait. Buddy, go down. Okay. We need to know exactly where this is. Okay, it's 1 away. So it's going to be... Uh-oh. This one? We did it! Yeah, but also I think we gotta get rid of that. That's fine. Nice. And now, let's put this back here. Nice. Okay. Now, windows. The music in this game is really good. Honestly, like you can change it with all these CDs I keep finding. But I actually just like the atmosphere. It's really nice. I remember like on Spotify, you can find Animal Crossing music and just like use it for studying and things. That's something that I could see myself doing with this. Okay, so if I put this up and I did like, it would be like 4 all the way across if I wanted to do that. Do we think windows all the way across or just like 1 and 1? I think maybe all the way across. I'm going to have to get rid of some of these blocks, but like we would start with a window there and then go all the way across and have like a big window. I think that's what we'll do. Let's see what it looks like with just this. Yeah, all the way across. I'm thinking the same thing. Okay, cool. So that's what it would look like without all the way across. But I think it'd be really neat to, yeah. Ooh, Kirby themed music. That's neat. Okay. And, whoop, lower. Oh, really, buddy? That's in the middle of nothing, but okay. Come back. Here. That's pretty cool. I'll take it. And then around here, we'll do the same thing. Where we... Oh, closer. And down. The coordination, I can feel myself focusing. Was that a sneeze, Dan?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I was going to bless you, but in that case, never mind.
All good.
Okay. Okay. This is neat. And yeah, as you can see, it's like not perfect because on the inside it's going to look like that, but I'm not mad. And I somehow ended up, I thought I made, did I make this way too many? I made this too many because I should only need one more. I got rid of, did I? What am I doing with my life? Did I put 5 in over here? I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Fair. I like it though. So we'll make a couple more windows. We need 2 more windows. And then we'll start grabbing some furniture to fill this space in with. Cool, 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 cool. The 2 windows look reminds me of an old dorm building. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of that too. I like the all the way across though. I feel like that's more on par with a like a firehouse. Yeah. So we'll make 2 more windows. And let's see. These guys up there. Yes. Cool. Now, what I've been doing, because I have so much random furniture I keep finding, like these both are filled with random furniture. So we'll go through here. Staples that I like to bring in are something to give light, if I can. You saw the disco ball in the downstairs. That was cool. Usually something comfortable, something like a toy, just like a nice balance of stuff for whoever's going to be in there. And this is, of course, going to be the Evolution Flareon eventually. Let's look at these things, too. So, I feel like, believe it or not, a first aid kit in this game is a toy. We have that. Or we can give them a wobbly Wobbuffet, which I feel like that's fun. Let's give them that. What else? I might need to make some stuff, which is totally fine too. If firefighters had a ruling planet, what ruling planet would it be? Actually, first responders, I believe, are given to Mars. So, they have one. Everything has a ruling planet. It's just a matter of whose criteria are we using to discern it. And in this case, I would squarely place them with Mars. Yeah. Cool question. I have a red kitchen table. I feel like it's a lot of red though. Okay, let's see what we can make. Alright, so this is all the stuff that we can make. If it's shaded out, I don't have everything to do it just yet, but we can try. Let's see. Do we want... I feel like, I don't know what the vibe is going to be yet. Like we could do like an indoor playground, which is kind of neat. We could do a kitchen kind of vibe, which is really practical and helpful, to be honest. I could just grab my kitchen stuff from up above. Kind of wondering about the kitchen vibe. That's interesting to me. As far as light goes, if I could turn that upside down, I'd be interested, but we might want to just go with some of these wall lights for now. We'll go with some wall lights for now. We'll do about 6 of those. Nursing have Mercury. Aaron, no, honestly, nurses and nursing, you would probably put with Mercury, yeah. because they even have Asclepius' staff as one of their things. So yeah, we'll go under the presumption that we're going to do a kitchen situation here. Hi, Dan. I don't think I have I have to have a counter. That's ridiculous to say I don't have one. Let's see. Well, there's a refrigerator. I did not know you could make stuff at the same time as me. That's cool. All right. These are benches. Give me a good table. So here's a kitchen table. I think I just recently I thought I had the sink or a stove. Because I can't do the frying pan without a stove. But I can also steal the stove from up there. So we can just do a table. We'll do this. We'll do 2 to be sure. And we're going to want a table for whatever. It's just a side table, though. We'll give them this for like a center table. If psychologists had a ruling planet, what would it be? Traditionally, I think psychologist was not something they had in ancient times. But I'll tell you, one of the closer things they had to personal development and mental health would have come from priests and that kind of thing, the way that they were intended back then. I think a lot of Ficino in this case. And that would have been priests, I believe, are given to Jupiter. But you could also make an argument for the mental side of things. Working with someone's mental health, as a psychologist does, could be very lunar. The word lunacy comes from Luna, the moon. Mood comes from the moon. So those different things, the disruption of the humors was associated with the moon. So the moon is something that you could definitely give to that. I know we think about, I have a legendary bird happening somewhere. And I know that's one of our co-op things if you want to get the feather. But yeah, I know Mercury could be given into like the study of psychology. Sure. But I think I'd attribute it mostly in a modern sense to the moon. That's where I'm going to put it. Yeah. And again, a different astrologer might have different opinions, but I feel pretty solid on that, to be honest with you. We need chairs. I hear you. All right, we're going to do 2 of these, and that'll be the direct habitat we can make for this person when they get here. I don't think we have a lot of decor yet. What kind of decor do we want to do? Oh, we can do place settings too. Look at that. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we'll do that. It's fine for now. Okay. I'm also going to give them an air conditioner. Feels appropriate. Cool. I like a ceiling fan for them, especially with the brick. You've seen people attribute psychology to Scorpio, but Mars Pluto didn't feel right. Yeah, Scorpio is given... It's hard to say because Scorpio, the sign, and different things get conflated sometimes. If I were to give psychology to a sign, I'd give it to Pisces. If I were to give it to a sign. Because Pisces says more subconscious to me than Scorpio does. Scorpio would be sort of like ego death, sure. Yeah, Pisces to me is more the subconscious. And also, the idea of psychology is to make you feel better. So I would much rather give it to Jupiter than Mars. But again, that whole subconscious theme, if I were to give a sign that attribution, it would be Pisces. No. So I don't, there's no connection between Pisces and the 12th house. And it's funny, this is something that happens a lot where we affiliate because a lot of charts will, for learning purposes, associate Aries with the first house and then so on. You get Taurus in the second house, have a lot in common. We actually call that, I think, the 24 letter alphabet or something like that in astrology. It's not correct to lump them together. So if that's something that would help to kind of separate in your mind, it's a good time to do that, because Pisces and the 12th house are two separate things. The 12th house has an entirely different agenda than Pisces. Dan, do you mind turning the light on? My green screen is getting a little funky with the darkness. Thank you. Oh, I forgot. Did I make my other windows? I did. Good. Thank you. That fixed the green screen issue. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, 12th house, I get that a lot. And again, I would associate a house with psychology quicker than I would associate a sign. So again, I'm saying Pisces if I were to. The psychological and subconscious work, I do lean more towards the 12th house. So for that point too. Yeah. Lawyers give Saturn vibes, possibly. Thoughts? Yes. Lawyers with Saturn, I believe, is one of their things. I do think Saturn is lawyers because they do law. I get. I could see Mercury because of arguments. I just love hearing you making your small laughing noises over there. Now where did you go? Yeah. So that's my thought on that. 10 years. I'm starting to understand where Pop was coming from. So, fun fact about my grandfather. Every time we were over at their house, Mom would say, "How long has it been?" And Grandma would be like, 62 years. And Pop would act like you just shot him in the side. Don't be fooled. He adored her. But it was always his shtick. I'm going to need to get a fire Pokemon to light that, but that's okay. All right. And I'm over here doing the good work, making an amazing situation here. We're going to set them right next to the window. That's going to be so cool. I might move this down a little bit. Maybe not. And you're like creeping around as my Magikarp statue. Can I get it? No, it's going to have to be in one of those squares. Fine. There. And if I stood on here, where would the placement end up? Nice. The table is set. Yeah. This room is looking cozy. Yay, I'm glad you think so. And we will have... I need more electricity. I have one thing hooked up. Dan, did you do something?
No.
I guess the air conditioner just uses a lot of electricity. Well, fine. I want you to be centered, but I don't know where that is, so I'm going to put you there for now. All right. I honestly think I did a decent job of that. Yeah, cool. All right, let's get these lights in here. When did I grab... Ugh. Okay. Put that there. I want it higher. Oh, this is going to be one of those things, isn't it? And it takes out the whole brick. I didn't need that. But now that I'm here, up a little bit more. Can I? Can I? No. Really? Come on, there's a... Nope, okay. Higher it is. Right there. And I'm going to have to remove my... That's going to be fine. They're not perfect, but... as much as I like that there's a decoration. Not the brick! There we go. Why is this saying that all my electricity is being taken? Oh, you know what? It's because it's powering both sides. No, it's not. It's a brand new thing. I'm suspicious. I will work this out. Can you take me higher? Yeah. Is it just because I placed them? No. But can you also... stop. I don't go up with B. Fingers. Work with me here. Okay. Just the light, though. Not the whole thing. Just the light. Do we have to... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, let's try this again, because maybe it's like we blew a fuse, and we just have to... Yep. You too. Okay. So. You need more electricity. But why? Or is it that it's too high? If I put it down here. No. I'm so confused. Wait. Yeah, so now it's back on. Why is only... It's got to be powering more down here. First of all, did I do that? Oh yeah, this thing started powering all the stuff down here. But there's one over there. Oh, the PC's on though. That wasn't on before. Okay. Well, I'll just make another one. That's fine. I will do the decorations as I want them. Yeah, I know. It's okay. What is that? 2 blocks in? Straight to the top. That's about right, right? Yeah. No. 1, 2. And that's only 1. Dang it. Come here, you. Are you talking to a Pokemon down there?
No.
Okay. Something made a noise and it was really cool sounding. Okay, 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 3. Oh, it's okay, Zelda. I'm sorry. So they are trained to hear us count from 1 to 3, and that usually means they get a treat. And Zelda just got engaged in that conversation. All right. That's not the button I wanted to push. There we go. Fan. I don't know how to find the center of the room here, so we're gonna guess it's right about there. It's good enough. And I am going to put my air conditioning in because I think it looked really good. It doesn't look like we're going to center it very well, but that's okay. Such is how it goes. Okay. I think we should probably get a carpet in here at some point, but this is nice. I need another generator, which is fine. I can hide another generator in there. Or at least, probably not another generator, but just one more thing. Yeah, because all the power's gone here too. I blew a fuse and I ran out of stamina. Yeah, poor Zelda and her treat tummy. Trust me, her treat tummy is fine. She got so many treats today. Because the problem is, I deserve more treats. So, Zelda got spoiled. What did you do that for? Okay, this is getting out of hand. Okay. Okay. come here, right there. Yeah. And then you, right there. Good. Yes. Okay. Now I need to make another power thing. Oh, hello. I love you.
I've been waiting there for way too long.
I'm sorry. Why did you put more storage things down here? They don't match. Oh, Dan. I'm going to break them. I just need you to know that.
I'm gonna wreck it.
Exactly. If you want them, you should come get them back. Okay.
No, they're yours.
Okay. I'm going to make one of these. Game question. They have human-shaped objects for houses, but are not all biped creatures or have opposable thumbs. Part of the dystopian structure. Yeah. This used to be a world where humans were. Does anybody mind spoilers for the story here? I do like the way the story unfolds here, so if you plan on getting this game and you don't want to be spoiled, I recommend just ignoring me for the next 30 seconds. But yeah, humans used to be here, and the idea is to help them come back, is one way of putting this. I need to do this from the outside. So all the stuff that we're learning are recipes that we're kind of finding and excavating, really. So we're excavating all this stuff and learning how to make it based on what the humans had done. So all of the recipes for building things is oh, humans used to have this. I can have this. So that's why. Really? Hey.
Huh.
This generator's not enough. I wonder, will it be enough if I make another receptor for the other side? I'll make another receptor and another generator just to be sure. Yeah, so spoiler alert. Ye be warned. The planet was no longer habitable because natural things kept happening, like earthquakes, like rising sea levels, global warming stuff. And the humans decided to put all of their Pokemon in the PCs where they would be safe, and the humans went to space. And so they have every plan of coming back, but it's been so long that things have fallen into disrepair, and the PCs are no longer powered enough to hold the Pokemon, and so you end up coming out of the PC as the other Pokemon are as well. And so your whole mission is, oh no, all the Pokemon are coming out of the PC and they don't have anywhere to live. I'm going to build them habitats. I'm going to try to figure out where the humans went, and we're going to try to do our best to build a community that will attract the humans to come back home. And so what we are doing is building communities and stuff, hoping that when the humans come back, they'll have the livable place they need to be able to stay. It's a little sad, but that's what that is. Hang on, Edie, I need to do some stuff in your house. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this done exactly the way I need to, but I can do it like this. Okay. Nice. Considering none of the lights are on in here, I don't think that worked. I'm going to need to figure out some... Why is the sink turned on? But anyway. I will figure this out, and we will have lights at some point. But I blew a fuse in the whole thing. I might create some for underneath and just dig under here, down one, and under the houses, and give them all underground power. We could try it. Actually, we could try it right now because I have another generator. So if I go down one, actually this isn't where I would want to do it. Well, let's try it for this one. This is the one that uses the most power anyway. Okay, come on. It's tall enough. You got this. Okay. I have to play this smart because this is where I'm going to confuse myself. Alright, we are under the house. Oh, that's right. I forgot there are caves under here. Well, let's just stick a generator in here. That's not a generator. I guess it needs power things too. Jeepers. I'll fix this later. Get up. Okay. Alright, so if I'm right, that should be right under there and it should reach. Are we rebuilding the history you find? We're just Pokemon trying to... Murph found treasure. We're just Pokemon trying to bring the humans back by making cozy spaces for them. That's literally it. But we find treasures, and it gives us hints how to make things that are cozy for the humans. It's a very simple motivation within the game. It's adorable, though. I do like it. Let's try this. So, yeah, we are Ditto, who doesn't realize he's an archaeologist. But, yeah, he's basically an archaeologist and a city planner, is another way of putting it. He has the ability, somehow, to develop different habitats, and it allows the Pokemon to come back. So that's like a very Ditto-specific thing in this game. Nope. Okay, well, you're powered. That's good. Why am I still feeling skeptical, though? Dang it, Dan, you are on a roll. Nope, that didn't give power to any of this. Okay. Well, we're 5 minutes to the end of the stream anyway. I will figure out the power, and next week you can see it all lit up if you want to keep playing Pokopia. And then we can keep building the houses or stuff. I don't know. We'll come up with things. Or we can focus on more Pokemon. I don't know. There's tons to do, which is the good news. I have a lot of optimization to do here. This is my irrigation system with my farm that I'm like super proud of. Here's Pikachu, who we got last week. Yay, us. Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you guys so much. I can't believe how the time has flown. Look at what we made today. It's so cool. I'm really proud of it. I hope you guys are too. And yeah, if this is a game you want to keep playing, let me know. I'm all about it. I play this pretty much every night. It is the same way I used... I'm not calling Drifloon. The same way I used Animal Crossing in 2020 to keep a sense of cozy sanity. This is helping too. I'm glad that this is fun for you guys too. That makes me feel good. Also, if we end up playing this, we're probably going to have some more shenanigans. So,
I like that.
Yeah, I came up with that just now, and I'm pretty proud of it. So yeah, tune in next week for more Pokopia shenanigans. I like it. Cool. It's a nice chill time. Cool. I'm really glad, guys. Honestly, that's the point. If you guys weren't in for this, we just wouldn't do it. And that's okay. So this really is for you guys. And I'm glad that you enjoy it. And we'll keep it that way. Yeah. So we'll see where all this is in the next week as I develop it. And then we'll move on from there. There's always going to be something to do. It's fantastic. So I think there's even an event coming up, which should be fun. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not the only one who likes shenanigans. Whoop, whoop. Thanks, Aaron. Awesome. Any final questions about the astrology? Anything that you would like to hear a little bit more explained in the last 4 minutes of this thing? Oh, there you are. Hi. Whoa. I fell. All right, cool. My biggest goal is that, yes, even though I do think we're going to see some headlines that make our eyes roll and are you okay over there? And it's going to be more of that. The good news is we're getting there at being ready for that kind of thing to happen again, or more. So I don't like it. I'm not going to pretend it's amazing or anything. That being said, whatever happens, I'll see you next week and we can ground into it, make sense of it, and figure out how we want to handle whatever it is. No problem for that at all. Yeah. So thank you all, as AJ is saying. Thank you all for coming. We'll see you next week with more Pokopia, shenanigans, astrology, folk magic, cozy gaming, all the good stuff. Erin, thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, we love AJ's recaps. It helps so much. Yeah. All right, everybody, keep it cozy. Have a good night. Have a great rest of your week. I will see you on the Alchemist Ink Spill on Friday. And I think today you guys got the what in the woo woo. So enjoy that as well on wherever you listen or watch your podcasts.